12-year-old boy who went missing from Baisumpuikam in Peran district on September 4 was found in Dimapur railway station. Nagaland State Legal Service Authority along with Kohima District Legal Service Authority and Kohima Law College held the legal awareness program. Assam Rifles conducted an orientation session on Rubaru Mera Wajud for families of the Kohima garrison at Kangaroos Auditorium via video conference. Construction of 36.45 km PMGSY3 road from Doyang to Mangmitong in Waka district awarded to LPSS in March 2024 for 46.54 lakhs was made only 9% progress, well behind the 18-month schedule. PMGSY Road L026 project in Kifri meant to connect Sungdang, Sangsong and Wangsuvong village with a budget of Rs 16.2 crore has come under scrutiny for illegal corruption and poor workmanship. Hello and welcome to Nltv English Primetime. This is Chanchan Kasar and now the news in detail. The Kohima Lotha Officers Football Team lifted the championship trophy of the 9th Kohima Lotha Inter-Colony Fathers Football Tournament after a narrow 1-0 win over Pon United in the final held at IG Stadium on Tuesday. Earlier, the Kohima Lotha Students Union beat the Kohima Students Union 2-0 in an exhibition match, while Pon United Youth won the youth penalty shootout. Former MP Koyomo Lotha, the special guest at the closing ceremony, highlighted football's popularity among Nagas and encouraged players to maintain discipline and good health. He praised the Kohima Lotha Hoho and fostering unity through sports and recalled the stadium historic link to past Prime Minister. A 12-year-old boy Ayan, who went missing from Baisumpuikam in Peran district on September 4, was found at Dimapur railway station. Speaking to reporters, Ayan's father said the boy called him earlier in the morning using a stranger's phone, informing him of his location. Authorities later took Ayan to District Hospital Dimapur for a medical checkup. We have a report on this to reporter Niboli. Let's have a look.
Morning 7 baje adate railway station pora ekjon manu pora amke phone korise to etu Ayan to apni la chogra ase hoy ami la chogra ase to etu apni la chogra lote kotha koribi to taike phone dise ami taike kotha kori ase 6 বার 7 বার নিছনা তাইলার নাম কই কিনা মাতি আছে তো তাই কথা না কয় লাস্ট একবার কইছে তো আমি 19 হয় বিশ্বাস হইছে আমি তো এতু মানুকে কইছে ভাই আপনি তাইকে ধরি কিনা রাখিবি আমি তো আই আছে তো এতু মানু পুরা কয় আছে নাই আমিলা তো ভাই বেশি কাম আছে হলি আপনি হাত অলপ টাইম তো লাগিব মই তো ইমার্জেন্সি যাব লাগা আসাম ফালে মই কাম থাকিছে তো তাইকে বেশি রিকোয়েস্ট করিছে আমি তাই তো রুখা নাই যাই যাইছে না আমি থ্যাঙ্কস বি দিবলে আছে তাইকে তো তাই যাই যাইছে তো আমি আই কিনা ওইতো রেলওয়ে স্টেশন ব্যাক এইতো ব্রিজ লা উসরতে তাই বহি আছে তো আমি কি তাই পাই কিনা আমি খুশি হইছে তো ফট যাই কিনা তাইকে ধরিছে তো তাই এনেকা কাপি আছে গাত একদম কমজোর ভয় খায়া নিছিনা ভয় খায়া নিছিনা তো কথা বি আমি করিছে তাই ইমান কথা বি কব না পারে তো আমি কেন ভাবি কইছে হয় ইতলে সুগার কিবা তো হইছে না ইমান টর্চার করি কিনা লাভ নাই তো আমি ছাড়ি কিনা হেতে আইছে আর ডেট 4 তে তাই হারাইছে আর আজি মর্নিং তে তাইকে পাইছে
তো তাই হারি জালা দিন দো ডেট সেপ্টেম্বর 4 একশনা আর ইদো আপনি অন পেরিং ডিস্ট্রিক্টে থাকে না তো তাই কি অনে দিমাপুর পুঞ্জি সেইদো আপনি তাইকে হুদিছে না দিলা
এটো তো হুদিছে তাই কয় তাই পরা না জানে ইমান তো তাই কো কবলে না পারে ইনিকা হইছে
আৰু আপনি হান মহান তালা মিসিং কেস রিপোর্ট করাম দে আপনি হান কইছে কি লাস্ট তাইকে দিখাদো একজন মানু তাইকে 50 রুপিস দিনা তাই কাম করা কারণে তাইকে দিছিস না ইদুলো পরিবি কিনি আছে
তো 50 রুপিস দিয়া মানুতুকে আমি হুদিছে হুদাহুদি করিছে না তো তাই পরা কইছে তাই তো না জানে তাই দেখা তো দেখিছে পয়সা দিছে হইলে তো তাই লগতে যা নাই এনেকা কইছে তো আমি বি দেখিছে নাই তাই তো ধরা নাই তো তাইকে আরো আমি ছাড়ি দিছে যাই যাই যাইছে আর আজি মর্নিং 7:30 বাজে তাই তো খবর পাই যাইছে হয় এটা তামিলা হাতে আছে
তো বাচ্চা আপনি হাঙ্গে কোশ্চেন করে তাই কিনে দিমাপুরে পুঞ্জি সে নইলিবি কোন লদে আইছে তো আনি কো কোশ্চেন করে
তাই তো এনে ইমান কথা বি কবলে না পারে না তাই বাজার 5 বাজে পরা তাই তো ইমান একু না জানা নিচিনা হই যাইছে কয় এতিয়া তাকবি তাইলা কথা বি না ওলায় 10টা কথা কইলে তাই একটা বি জবাব দিবলে না পারে এতিয়া এইটু পরা আমি তাইকে টর্চার করে ইমান কথা না করিব বাচ্চালা ইমান তো গা ভাল নাই পুলিশ কানকে আমি খবর কই দিছে মিডিয়া খান বি আমি লাগা হেল্প কৰিছে মিডিয়া খান নিমিত্তে আমি লাগা বাচ্চা তো পাইছে আমি বেছি বেছি থ্যাঙ্কস
হলে তো মর্নিং তে ফোন আইছে পিছতে মই সুধিছে কোন আছে তো কৈ আছে আইন লাগা বাবা আছে মই কৈছে হয় তো আপনি লা ছোকরা এতে পাইছে তো তাই ফোন নম্বর মুকে তো ফোন নম্বর তাই দিছে কোয়া পিছতে ফোন করে কিনে দিছে পিছতে মই কৈছে আপনি তো মহিলা বাচ্চাকে ধরে কিনে রাখিবি মই আহি আছে তাই লাগা টাইম নাই তাই টাউনতে আৰু তো কোন বাজা আসামতে যাবলৈ আছে তো মই তাইকে কৈছে না দাদা মহিলা ছোকরা তো হারা তো বেশি দিন হয়েছে আপনি অলপ টাইম রাখিবি তাই লাগা ঘরতে বেশি প্রবলেম আছে তাই যাই আছে আসামতে আর মহিলা ছোকরাকে আহি কিনে মই পাওয়া পিছতে মহিলা ছোকরাকে ধরার পিছতে তাইকে হুদি কৰিছে আপনিকে কোন আনিছে কোন কি কৰিছে তো বাজার দিনতে ফুটি লাগাইতো ফুটি খাওয়ার পিছতে কোনবা মানুষ ফুটি দিছে তাইকে ফুটি আৰু চিপস দিয়া লাগা থাকিছে এইটো খাই কিনে আৰু মই কৈছে আপনি তো পিছতে ক'ত যাইছে গাড়ীৰ পৰা আহিছে না পাইদল পৰা আহিছে তাই কোৱালা আছে মই তো ইমান তক নাজানে হলে মই গাড়ীৰ পৰা মইকে এইটো প্লেন আৱাজ বি শুনিছে নাগা আৱাজ বি শুনিছে গাড়ীতে এইটো আৱাজে তাই শুনিছে
One-day training of trainers workshop was held at SC Paul School, Pesama, Kohima on September 8 for 26 school heads from pilot school across Nagaland. The workshop aimed to operationalize skill education aligned with the National Education Policy 2020 and National Curriculum Framework 2023. NBSC Chairperson Rangum Wing emphasized the importance of school development, school education, urging school heads to create supportive learning environment for effective school-based course delivery. The training focused on healthcare and fashion sectors, preceding a 4-day workshop on vocational trainers and teachers starting September 9 to 12, which will also cover coding. Lend a Hand India, a non-profit organization, felicitated the session as a technical and knowledge partner for Samagra Shiksha Nagaland. The construction of the 36.45 km PMGSY3 road from Doyang to Mangmetong in Waka district, awarded to LPSS in March 2024 for 46.54 lakh, has made only 9% progress. Well behind the 18-month schedule, the project officially began on November 2024. Due to slow progress, Ao Sedan led a joint inspection with Lota Hoho, PWD officials, SRRDA and local villagers. During a consultative meeting at Pangti Village Council Hall, strong dissatisfaction was voiced over delays and the contractor agreed in principle to complete all earth cutting work by November 2025. The contractor requested an extension until March 2026, citing limited workable month due to Nagaland's harsh weather.
Welcome to the Southern Kiaze. Amakan meeting sir boleh. Amakan mereka Sauraresh, Okoto, Kampura, Derewo. Kaya dalam periksa amakan mereka meeting sir boleh dia. Kalau saya punya cara boleh berikutnya. Yes, sir.
Very responsible government today. System recovery respected chairman of this program, aro nanti tahu training recovery di mana sih? Aro director, aro हमारा पार्टनर बड़ा इंजीनियर बड़ा एक ना से उसको बस उसे बम ना आरो समझे इमान कुछ बड़ा आगे ना से
Instead of the road, we do 6.5 kilometers.
6.5 kada
6.5.
also 6.4 almost 10 kilometer kacau
Kalau kadang kamu baru lagi, saya itu kurang itu laporan
Chinese capital in Bangalore. Not more, 2 to 3 kilometers of that. India, others companies. Project level percentage progress to human. Project level percentage to 9 to 10%. 9 to 10%. So overall. Such kind of meaning. Next meaning is Ajit voice from the Uliga meeting to the Monday. Manulaga Mon de South China. Near the I believe major word recognitions before the conclusion was due to time.
The Naga People's Front has expressed deep concern over a rising trend of physical assault, harassment and intimidation of local Nagas by non-Nagas in Nagaland. The party called this act disturbing and warned they threatened the state's long-standing peace and harmony. In a statement, NPF highlighted Nagaland's tradition of hospitality by saying recent unprovoked attacks in public and residential areas have created fear and resentment. The party urged law enforcement to local authorities to act swiftly to restore justice and public trust. The Employees Provident Fund Organization, in association with the Office of the Labour Commissioner, Government of Nagaland, organized an awareness program on the Employees Provident Fund and Prime Minister's Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana scheme at the Directorate of Employment, Skill Development and Entrepreneurs in Kohima on September 8. Commissioner and Secretary, Minister of Labour and Employment, Sotsula highlighted the significance of EPF as a social security scheme, emphasizing its role in ensuring financial stability and employees and their families. The PMVBRY scheme, with a budget outlay of 99,446 crore, aims to create 3.5 crore jobs within 2 years, particularly for first-time workers. The Steering and Technical Committee of the NSF Martyrs Memorial Trophy held a press briefing at the Angami Students Union office announcing the 25th anniversary edition of the tournament. The inaugural function is scheduled for September 13 at IG Stadium, Kohima, with Rural Development Minister as a chief guest. Organized jointly by the Naga Students Federation and Angami Students Union, matches will run from September 15 to October 9. Entry will be free on opening day with general admission price at Rs 50 and 100 for the quarterfinals. The tournament features a generous prize pool in memory of late Kekozale Sechu and late Vikozo Yoshu. Rs 5 lakh for champions, 3 lakh for runners-up and 1 lakh for losing semi-finalists.
Already 25th NSF Martyrs Memorial Trophy welcome each and every one of you to this press conference. At the outset, I would like to extend my gratitude to all the press media for standing beside the Angami Students Union for the last 24th edition. And this is the 25th edition. Yes, as per the Ground Zero report, so far we have 45 teams already finalized in the fixtures for the 25th edition. This edition is going to be a special and extraordinary. Even the management, the expenditure will be doubled than the usual edition. So we have 45 teams, very prominent teams, one from Delhi, another from Sikkim, 7 from Manipur, and 36 from Nagas of Nagaland. The rest of the discussion I will be handed over to my governor as well as the other committee members. But I once again thank all of you for coming and giving your priority for the success of the 25th edition. Thank you.
Very, very good evening to you all once again. On behalf of the organizing committee, the steering committee for this 25th anniversary edition of the Naga Students Federation Martyrs Memorial Trophy, I, along with my co-convener, my esteemed members, the president and colleagues of the Angkami Students Union, and all the committee members, welcome each and every one of you to this, I should say, the final briefing before we go to the main event. A brief highlight of the reports have been submitted by the co-convener. I need not elaborate much on that, but we'll be having our inaugural function scheduled on the 13th of September at IG Stadium, where the Honorable Minister for RD and SIRD, Sri Mitsubo Jamil, will be there to grace the occasion. As per the efforts and initiative that we have been making, we are expecting quite a sizable turnout of audience. The entry fee for the inaugural functions will be free. So through this media also, we would like to extend an invitation to all the football lovers and fans across the state, especially to people based in Kohima.
25th NSF Martyrs Memorial Trophy.
We will now take a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. Let's get back with the news. Nagaland State Legal Service Authority along with Kohima District Legal Service Authority and Kohima Law College held a legal awareness program today. Justice Kalyan Roy Surana, Judge of the Guwahati High Court and Executive Chairman of NSLSA, was a special guest. He urged law students to actively promote legal service and spread awareness about people's rights and responsibilities. Justice Y. Longkumar also encouraged students to deepen their understanding of laws and the judiciary role in protecting rights. The event included presentations on legal service clinic and NSLSA's work by Sanjeev Rana and Neko Akami.
As a student, how will you contribute towards legal awareness program? Anybody can stand up from wherever you are there. As a student, how will you contribute towards legal awareness programs? You can give a suggestion. It may you may accept it, you may not accept it, but I would encourage you to speak up. Because if you are aspiring for becoming a lawyer, then you must stand up and speak. Because unless you speak, how do you convey the issues of the clients which you would be having? So therefore, this should not be. You should not be shy. What you may say may not be acceptable, but that does not mean that you would not speak. No. Now let me start from where my esteemed sister had stopped. You see, as a lawyer, you have a role in this society. If you pass out, you choose to become a lawyer, then you have a responsibility towards yourself. You have a social obligations towards the society. Now, I'll just tell a small story. You go to a shop, say a grocery shop, to buy a kg of rice. Now this, you go to the shopkeeper, tell him that I want a rice, and this fellow, the shop owner, he starts running in the shop, searches here and there, and ultimately after 5 minutes he finds out and says, "Sir, I have found it. I have got the sugar, also this rice, whatever you wanted." Now you have in your list 3 more items. Please tell me, will you be comfortable to give him the order for rest of the items? Anybody? No. So you are anonymous to no. Sorry, no, it will be, you are in unison that it will be no. Now, the reason is that you are expecting that when you go to a shop, the shopkeeper will know where the items are lying, and then he comes forward and gives you the items at the shortest possible time. So that is a good shopkeeper. Now think of a lawyer. You go to a lawyer with a problem, and the lawyer says that, okay, you have this problem, very good problem, now let me find out the books. He goes to his library, searches for books, takes out one and then starts reading it, and tells you that, well, give me half an hour, I'll give you the solution. Now, are you interested in that lawyer? No. So therefore, this is, when my esteemed sister said that this is a foundational stone for you, she was absolutely right. You should spend your time well reading the books at this stage. When you have an opportunity, you have a library, and brush up with the laws with which you will be acquainted in course of time. In the law colleges, you have basic legal exposure, maybe 10, 15, 18 subjects, but there are more than 3,000 acts. So how do we go about it? That means that not only you always keep this example of a shopkeeper in your mind, you will have to read this whether you get a case or not. It is not that once you have a matter, then you start reading. Then it's not neither it's a education for yourself, neither it would be leading to any service to the society. As a student, how will you contribute towards legal awareness?
The Nagaland Baptist Church Council Women Department held the Imagine the Future conference on September 10 at Platinum Hall NBCC office, Kohima. The one-day event themed Beauty and Diversity inspired to shape future brought together around 90 participants, including association, women secretaries, church leaders, and tribal women apex bodies. Keynote speaker Sano Vamuzo emphasized that diversity is God's dignity, encouraging women to utilize their unique gift to serve society with love and faith. Reverend Dr. Mar Pongner, NBCC General Secretary, highlighted diversity as a blessing that enriches families, churches, and communities, urging leaders to embrace it for building a better society. The Directorate of Health and Family Welfare has appointed MS Northeast engineer to conduct quality and strain tests for the ongoing construction of the 50-bedded integrated Ayush hospital at Sabagya Mokokchung. This decision follows complaint from the Chungtia Students Union and Chungtia Village Council. Executive Engineer Lima Dangit Walling confirmed the firm will begin tests on September 11. The move aims to ensure that hospital building meets spirit structural quality standard. Assam Rifles conducted an orientation session on Rubaru Mera Wajud for families of the Kohima garrison at Kangaroos Auditorium via video conference. The session was chaired by Vibha Lakira, president of the Assam Rifle Wife Welfare Association. The program focused on empowering families, promoting self-awareness, and encouraging open dialogue on shared challenges. Assam Rifles stated that such initiatives are part of their continued effort to support family welfare and build a stronger, more connected forest community. Nagaland Governor Ajay Kumar Bala and Chief Minister Nltv have extended their congratulations to CP Radhakrishnan on his election as Vice President of India. Governor Bala lauded Radhakrishnan's integrity, extensive experience and commitment to public safety, noting these qualities will strengthen India's democratic values. Chief Minister Yo expressed confidence that Radhakrishnan's wisdom and experience will greatly benefit the nation. The district administration, in collaboration with DF Zunibodo, successfully conducted a one-day awareness program on substance abuse under the Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan at Government Higher Secondary School Agunato on September 9. The program saw participations from police personnel, students and teachers from various schools in Agunato town. This initiative aims to educate young minds about the danger of substance abuse and promote a healthy lifestyle. Similar programs have been organized in other parts of the country, emphasizing the importance of community involvement in preventing substance abuse and promoting de-addiction. Established in 2017, the Refined Cluster Society continues its commitment to community welfare by maintaining critical infrastructure and promoting social awareness in Noklak village. The 7-member society has employed 2 laborers for the past 2 monsoon seasons to maintain approach road, filling potholes, leveling surface and clearing drains to ensure safe travel during the heavy rain. This initiative also emphasized public sanitation awareness and the dignity of labor, particularly supporting marginalized wage earners. Funded entirely through monthly members' contribution, the project provided essential income to local workers while strengthening community resilience. The Advisory Board of Peg Government College held a meeting on September 9, chaired by Deputy Commissioner Rotsito Nguri. Key discussions included the government's achievement and challenges in complete construction of the academic building and staff quarters, repair of the college approach road, water supply issues, campus protection and declining students enrollment. MLA Nenu assured government support for strengthening higher education in a district. The board resolved to reorganize itself and increase meeting frequently for substance engagement. Concrete actions plan were framed and Vice President Shipalu Sui delivered the vote of thanks. Notably, the Deputy Commissioner also chaired other significant meetings such as the Planning and Development Board meeting in Zunibodo, where similar issues like stray cattle management and infrastructure development were also discussed. The District Planning and Development Board meeting for Zunibodo District was held on September 10 at the District Conference Hall chaired by Deputy Commissioner Dharam Raj. Key discussions included a proposal from the Sumi Literature Board to correct the spelling of Satsu previously spelled as Sutsa, and the annual Interdepartmental Sports Week scheduled for the second week of October 2025. The Deputy Commissioner also addressed district-related issues such as stray cattle and urged Department to innovate and cooperate for better government. The meeting concluded with a presentation on development activities by Urban Development Officer. The Agricultural Technology Management Agency, such as Zubza Block, conducted a hands-on demonstration on biocompost preparations and azolla cultivation at Mangojuma village on September 8. Farmers learned to make biocompost using organic waste and a waste decomposer to speed up the process. They also received practical training on cultivating azolla, a nitrogen-rich aquatic fern that improves animal nutrition and reduces fodder costs. The session attended by 10 farmers was led by resource person Ketsivino Nakro and Wajini Isabel Zinyu. A man in Panchkula Rajiv colony identified as Hawasim died by suicide on Wednesday, a day after his daughter reportedly took her own life following a family dispute. His body was found hanging from a tree near the green belt at Tau Devilal Stadium on Sector 7. Police said Hawasim was traumatized by his daughter's death on September 9. No suicide note was recovered and an investigation is ongoing.
ताऊदेला स्टेडियम के पास एक व्यक्ति ने ग्रीन बेल्ट में पेड़ पर अपने आप को फंदा लिया हुआ है। जो जी सूचना पर पुलिस तुरंत मौके पर पहुंची और फोरेंसिक टीम को बुलाया गया और वहां पर उनका इंजेक्शन किया गया। उसके बाद उस समय उसको आइडेंटिफाई नहीं हुई थी, इसलिए डेड बॉडी को शिनाख्त के लिए मोर्चरी में रखाया गया था। तो उसके बाद जांच के बाद सामने आया कि ये व्यक्ति हवा सिंह नाम का है और जो कि राजीव कॉलोनी का रहने वाला है। और जांच में यह भी सामने आया कि कल सुबह इसकी लड़की ने भी राजीव कॉलोनी में अपने आप को फांसी लगा ली थी, जिसके सदमे में आकर परेशान होकर इसने ये अपनी कदम उठाया और अपने जीवन जला ख़त्म कर लिया। कोई सुसाइड नोट नहीं मिला। कारण यही पता लगा कि इनका आपस में लड़की के साथ कोई LCD वगैरह के लेके कोई था, तो उस लड़की ने सुसाइड कर लिया था। उसके बाद ये सदमे में आ गया, मतलब मानसिक तनाव में था और उसने अपनी आत्महत्या से कर ली। ताऊदेला स्टेडियम के पास एक व्यक्ति ने
A two-day training on Navjat Sishu Suraksha Karyakram was conducted at IMDH Conference Hall Mokokchung from September 9 to 10. The program aimed to equip healthcare workers with skill in basic newborn care and reduce neonatal mortality. Dr. Lima Naro, DPO, emphasized the importance of training and encouraged participants to learn actively. Dr. Emily Senba, resource person, provided detailed training on delivery preparedness, infection prevention, neonatal breastfeeding, kangaroo mother care, immunization and follow-up care. The PMGSY Road L026 project on Kifri meant to connect Sungdang, Sangsong and Vangsovong village with a budget of Rs 16.2 crore has come under scrutiny for alleged corruption and poor workmanship. Activist Ato Yemchingo revealed that the project did not meet DPR significance, yet a work completion certificate was issued on March 2024 to MS Verdict's Construction. Independent checks found missing drainage structures, substandard culverts, crack in the bridges and early vegetation growth. Despite complaint to PWD, NRIDA and NHRC, little action was taken. The Nagaland Lokayukta in June 2025 held PWD officials responsible for a Rs 2.25 crore loss and ordered rectification within 6 months. An MBA student was killed and another critically injured after they allegedly shot each other inside a private hostel room at Vidya Vihar Knowledge Park 3 on Tuesday. The victim Deepak Kumar, 22, from Andhra Pradesh, and Devash Chauhan, 23, from Agra, both students of BIMTech, were reportedly close friends. Police stated that one student shot the other before shooting himself, dismissing reports of group clashes. The locked room was discovered after a security guard heard gunshot. Police recovered a licensed pistol cartridge, a phone and a laptop from the scene. Deepak was declared dead at the hospital while Devansh is undergoing treatment.
आज थाना नालेज पार्क पुलिस को सूचना प्राप्त हुई कि RCI विद्या विहार हॉस्टल के एक कमरे में 2 छात्र घायल अवस्था में हैं। इस सूचना पे तत्काल पुलिस मौके पे पहुंची। प्राथमिक पूछताछ में पता चला कि हॉस्टल का गार्ड सतवीर जब लाइटें ऑफ करने के लिए गया तो एक कमरे से उसे कराहने की आवाज़ सुनाई दी। उसने दरवाज़ा खटखटाकर खुलवाने का प्रयास किया, लेकिन दरवाज़ा अंदर से बंद था, इसलिए निकला। उसने वार्डन को सूचना दी और हॉस्टल का स्टाफ आया। उन्होंने भी प्रयास किया दरवाज़ा खुलवाने का, लेकिन चूंकि दरवाज़ा अंदर से बंद था तो नहीं खुला। उन्होंने पीछे से सीढ़ी लगाकर, चूँकि यह कमरा फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे था, शीशा तोड़कर अंदर गए तो 2 छात्र ज़मीन पे पड़े हुए थे। एक की मृत्यु हो गई थी तथा दूसरे छात्र घायल अवस्था में था, जिसे तत्काल एम्बुलेंस से इलाज के लिए अस्पताल भिजवाया गया, जहां उसका इलाज चल रहा है। पूछताछ में ये भी पता चला कि दोनों छात्र आपस में गहरे मित्र थे तथा प्रथम दृष्टया ये देखने पे प्रतीत हो रहा है कि बंद कमरे में दोनों में आपस में किसी बात पे बहस हुई, जिसमें एक ने दूसरे को गोली मारकर खुद भी अपने आप को गोली मार ली। आज थाना नालेज पार्क पुलिस को सूचना प्राप्त हुई कि आरसीआई विद्या विहार हॉस्टल के एक कमरे में
Vice President-elect C.P. Radhakrishnan on Tuesday called his election a win for the nationalist ideology after securing 452 votes against the opposition 300. In his first public remark, he emphasized the need to move beyond politics and focus on development to achieve a developed India by 2047. Radhakrishnan stressed the importance of both ruling and opposition parties in a democracy and vowed to work within his constitutional limit for the nation's progress.
It is a victory for every Indian that we all have to work together. If India, we have to develop Viksit Bharat by 2047 means we should not do politics in everything. We have to forget, once the election is over, we have to forget the politics and we have to concentrate on the development. I will, in the new capacity, I will try my best for the development of this nation.
But sir, earlier we have seen that the opposition they raised so many questions. Do you think you got new responsibility now? They will support opposition. What is your message? Sir, Mr.
In democracy,
yes,
ruling party as well as opposition, both are important. It is the two sides of the same coin. The interest of the democracy will be taken into account.
Sir, Mr. Kharge seems to have lost faith in VP post, sir. He is saying that he would expect you to have that equal footing for opposition, and he's also saying that you won't succumb to the dispensation.
Every post is important, but every post has its own limitations. We have to understand that and we have to work within that framework.
Thank you.
See, it is the other side camp said it is a ideological fight. But from the voting pattern we understand the nationalistic ideology is overwhelmingly victorious. It is a victory for every Indian that we are.
Veteran all-rounder Sophie Devine will lead New Zealand in the upcoming ICC Women's ODI World Cup 2025, marking her 5th World Cup appearance and final ODI outing for her country. The 15-member squad features 6 players marking their World Cup debut, including 22-year all-rounder Flora, who had received her maiden ODI call-up. Experienced players Susie, Leah Medigrin and Melly Keir will also be part of the squad, with Bates and Devine set to play their 5th and Devine's finals World Cup. Coach Ben Sawyer expressed confidence in the team's balance, citing their rigorous training since April as a key factor in their preparation. The Rajasthan Assembly witnessed an uproar on Tuesday as Congress MLA protested the installation of additional cameras, alleging that they meant to spy on opposition members. Leader of the opposition, Tika Ramjuli, claimed the new cameras were spy cameras that infringe on MLA's privacy, with the speaker having access to them even in his bedroom. Congress MLA held a protest march outside the assembly, praising slogan and demanding the removal of the cameras. Government Chief Whip Jogeshwar defended the move, saying the assembly hall wasn't a bedroom or bathroom where privacy was a concern. The controversy led to multiple adjournments, with the speaker warning MLAs against turning the house into a drama stage.
हिडन कैमरे लगाए गए हैं, पुराने कैमरे तो ऑलरेडी लगे हुए हैं, सब कुछ लाइव चलता ही है, पूरे सदन में कैमरे हैं, लेकिन ये स्पाई कैमरे हैं हिडन जो लगाए गए हैं, और इसका एक्सेस जो है सिर्फ स्पीकर ने अपने बेडरूम के अंदर रखा हुआ है, जो बहुत ही खतरनाक बात है। हमारी जो बातें हैं जब सदन नहीं चलता है उस समय भी ये लोग सुनते हैं, तो ये बहुत ही हमारी निजता का हनन है।
कांग्रेस के पास सदन की कार्रवाई को बाधित करने के अलावा कोई मुद्दा किसी प्रकार का है नहीं। हम राजस्थान की जो सरकार है वो राजस्थान की जनता के लिए ठोस कार्ययोजना बना करके काम करना चाहती है, काम कर भी रही है।
नए कैमरे लगाए हैं, हिडन कैमरे लगाए गए हैं, पुराने कैमरे तो ऑलरेडी लगे हुए हैं, सब कुछ लाइव चलता ही है, पूरे सदन में कैमरे हैं, लेकिन ये स्पाई कैमरे हैं हिडन जो लगाए गए हैं, और इसका एक्सेस जो है सिर्फ स्पीकर ने अपने बेडरूम के अंदर रखा हुआ है, जो बहुत ही खतरनाक बात है। हमारी जो बातें हैं जब सदन नहीं चलता है उस समय भी ये लोग सुनते हैं, तो ये बहुत ही हमारी निजता का हनन है।
Congress MP Rahul Gandhi asserted that a slogan "Vote Chor Gaddi Chor, vacant your seat of power" has been proved across the country, and the party will establish it more dramatic ways. During his two-day visit to his parliamentary constituency, Gandhi interacted with the party workers, reviewed developmental projects, and inspected a park built under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Posters depicting Gandhi, RJD leaders Tejasvi Yadav and SP chief Akhilesh Yadav as India's last hope and comparing them to Hindu trinity Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh were displayed in Rebelli. Gandhi's visit was boosted the morale of the Congress supporters across Uttar Pradesh, with party workers and people showing excitement and joy.
Nara these days is vote chor, gaddi chor, and that is being proved across the country. We will prove it again and again and again in more and more dramatic ways. Thank you. Nara these days.
Sweden plans to significantly boost its economic partnership with India, aiming to double or even triple bilateral trade from the current 7 billion by 2030. Over 280 Swedish companies, including IKEA, Spotify, and Volvo, operate in India, providing jobs to 2.2 million people. Swedish ambassador highlighted the growing trust and past collaborations between the countries. Indian investors in Sweden have also surged, with major firms like TCS and Wipro employing over 10,000 people there. With India now Sweden's third largest Asian market and positive business climate waiting, both countries are strengthening ties in green technology and innovation.
And we have gathered all of them to show, first of all, how wide our cooperation is, and to achieve our very ambitious goals. And we have extremely ambitious goals. India is a country of ambition. India has an energy that we don't find elsewhere in the world, and we want to catch on to that energy, and this whole team is there to serve that purpose, together with our companies, together with our universities, our research institutions, etc. We want to show how a medium-sized country like mine can be of great benefit and use to the most populous country in the world, so very soon the third biggest economy in the world, the biggest democracy in the world. So we want to show that that marriage is a marriage that is flourishing. It's been going on for a long time, but now there's a special momentum we feel. So we feel it's time for Sweden. Our current bilateral trade stands at $7 billion or euros, whatever currency you choose. We also have growing number of investments going in both directions. The Indian investments in my country, in Sweden, have gone up with 190%. We have 280 companies from Sweden established in India. They give livelihood to 2.2 million Indians. But we also have Swedish companies that invest in Indian companies, portfolio investments in India. And that's also a sign of the, let's say, of the trust that Sweden puts in India and in the Indian market. What are the prospects? Today, I made, together with my colleagues of Business Sweden, of the Chamber of Commerce, of the consulate, of my staff at the embassy, I made a pledge that at this very moment, with the geo and geoeconomic situation we are facing in the world, we can easily, it's within reach, to double or triple our trade. I said, a little bit bold, I said 5 years. We have done it in the past. From 2016 to 2024, we doubled our trade, and we will do it again. I think actually it's changed dramatically, and I hear it from, we had the business climate survey that was recently published and actually presented today at this event also. And when we ask Swedish companies working in India, we see that 77% think that the business climate in India is good or very good. And this survey is conducted in more than 50 countries around the world. And India is at the top of that ranking. Where do companies want to be? Where do they feel comfortable with the legislation, with the services provided, etc.? It's India. So from that point of view, we've seen a growth in the positive figures over recent years, a steady growth. Reforms, I think that I've seen only in my 3 years in India how India is changing. So many things are being reformed. We see it in retail. We see it. You mentioned the GST, and there are other also legal changes that enable Indian consumers to have easier and cheaper access, of course, to their own products, but also.
Banke district in Nepal remained tense and deserted a day after violent anti-government protests led to Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's resignation. The town showed signs of unrest with charred vehicles, damaged barricades and vandalized buildings. To prevent further violence, the Nepal Army imposed nationwide restrictions from morning to 5 p.m, followed by a curfew until 6 a.m. Thursday. Nepal Army Chief General Ashok urged protesters to hold violence and come forward for dialogue to restore peace following continued unrest even after Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's resignation. In a televised address, General Ashok appealed to protect national heritage, public and private property and ensure safety for citizens and diplomatic missions. Despite Oli's resignation, protesters set fire to key government buildings including the Parliament, President's Office, PM residence and Supreme Court. The unrest began after police action during protests over corruption and a social media ban, which was lifted Monday night.
परिवार नेपालको इतिहासदेखि नै नेपालको स्वतन्त्रता, सार्वभौम सत्ता, भौगोलिक अखण्डता, स्वाधीनता, राष्ट्रिय एकता र नेपाली जनताको सुरक्षार्थ विषम परिस्थितिमा पनि नेपाली सेना प्रतिबद्ध रहँदै आएको तथ्य हामी सबैलाई सर्वविदितै छ। नेपालमा हाल भइरहेको आन्दोलनको क्रममा हुन पुगेको जनधनको अपूरणीय क्षतिप्रति गहिरो दुःख प्रकट गर्दै दिवंगत आत्माको चिर शान्तिको कामना गर्नुका साथै शोक सन्तप्त परिवारजनप्रति नेपाली सेना हार्दिक संवेदना र सहानुभूति प्रकट गर्दछ। साथै घाइते बिरामीहरूको शीघ्र स्वास्थ्य लाभको कामना समेत गर्दछौं। आन्दोलनको क्रममा हालसम्म धेरै जनधनको क्षति भइसकेको हुँदा जनधनको थप क्षति हुन नदिन र शान्ति, सुरक्षा, अमन, चयन एवं राष्ट्रिय एकता र सद्भाव कायम गर्नु हामी सबै नेपालीको साझा दायित्व हो। वर्तमान असहज परिस्थितिलाई सामान्यीकरण गर्दै राष्ट्रिय एवं ऐतिहासिक सम्पदा, सार्वजनिक एवं नागरिकहरूको सम्पत्ति, आम नागरिक, मित्र राष्ट्रका कूटनीतिक नियोग तथा नागरिकहरूलाई सुरक्षाको प्रत्याभूति दिई राष्ट्रको सर्वोपरि हितको रक्षा गर्नु हामी सबैको साझा कर्तव्य हो। तसर्थ यस विषम परिस्थितिबाट राष्ट्रलाई शान्तिपूर्ण तवरले निकास दिनको लागि आन्दोलनरत समूहलाई आन्दोलनका कार्यक्रमहरू स्थगन गरी वार्ताको निमित्त आह्वान गर्दछौं। नेपालको इतिहासदेखि नै नेपालको स्वतन्त्रता, सार्वभौम सत्ता, भौगोलिक अखण्डता।
Nepal Army has imposed nationwide restrictive orders from morning until 5 p.m. followed by curfew until 6 a.m. on Thursday to quell possible violence amid ongoing anti-government protests. The protests sparked by corruption allegations and a government ban on social media, have turned violent in several parts of the country, including Girgunj, which lies in ruins with burned vehicles and vandalized government properties. Despite Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's resignation, the agitation continues, with protesters setting fire to key government buildings, including the parliament and the president's office. The army's move aims to prevent looting, arson and attack on individuals and property, while essential services like ambulance and fire engines will continue to operate. The Supreme Court will fast-track a November hearing on whether former President Trump legally used emergency powers to improve wide-ranging tariff. Lower court ruled most tariffs illegally, but an appeal court kept them in place. The Trump administration argues the president has authority under the 1977 IEEPA law and warns blocking the tariff could cause economic harm. The case raised key questions about president's power versus Congress' right to set tariff. That is all for the Nltv English Primetime. For more news and updates, keep watching Nltv.